Hello, hello. Welcome to Love Good Lane. My name is Matthew. Today, we're going to explore some makeup. And we're going to be doing a full face of Profusion Cosmetics. Now, let me give you a quick backstory on why or how this came about. It was, I think, around Thanksgiving time. I was waiting for a meeting, to go into a meeting, and it was an off-site location. And so there was a Walgreens right near where I was supposed to be. And I thought, well, I'll just run into Walgreens. There's always something that I think of that I need, whether it be some, whatever, Tylenol or replacement makeup product, soap, whatever it is. So I did. I went in there, and right up front in the cosmetics section, they had an end cap that was Profusion Cosmetics. It was the Holiday Harry Potter collection, limited edition. And the display was really cute, but most of the products were actually picked over. There are only a few things left. I shouldn't say picked over, sold out. There are only a few things left. So I did get the bronzer that I'll show you, and I don't remember what else I got that day. I think one of the shadow palettes. But that was part of the Harry Potter holiday collection from Profusion. And so then I got to thinking, well, I would kind of like to know what the other things are in the holiday collection. So I went online and I found it. They have a variety of things, from eyeshadow palettes to 12-piece advent calendar situation. They had brushes, they had some sponges, they had lip oils, all kinds of stuff. So I got into it, and between gifts that people gave me for Christmas and some things that I bought myself, and one or two things that my husband bought for me, I now have everything that I need to do a Harry Potter face from Profusion. But then I kept going, and I thought, I don't really ever hear anybody talking about Profusion Cosmetics. And I watch a lot of creators on YouTube. Sometimes I hear Emily Noel. She'll talk about brushes, Profusion brushes. And I may have heard one other person mention the brushes, but I never hear anybody talk about or mention Profusion Cosmetics. So then I thought, well, are they crappy, or is it just like under the radar if people aren't thinking about it? So then I set out to get not Harry Potter limited edition stuff, just regular Profusion makeup, so that I could do a full face. And I went all in. So everything from my primer to setting spray and in between, it's all Profusion, except for one thing. I didn't get a lip liner, a lip pencil. So I am using a different brand for that. But other than that, it's all Profusion. But maybe one of the reasons why it's not mentioned a lot, or maybe people aren't using it, I don't know, is because some of the stuff is kind of hard to find. Profusion has their own website, which I was able to find certain products, but not all of them. And incidentally, the Harry Potter collection, there were a few items that I could not find on the Profusion website, but I did find on the Walmart website. So I purchased some of the stuff from Walmart, some of the stuff online through Walmart, because I could not get them in store, but I could order it. Some of it I got from the Profusion website, and then a couple things I actually got on Amazon. And, the whole Amazon thing, I'm not sure if they are still even making some of those products that were sold by Profusion on Amazon or not. So I don't know. But I will walk you through and let you know what I'm using product by product. And let's test it out. We'll see how it goes. Is it going to be great? Is it going to be a total flop? Are there some products that are going to be really good and some not so much? yeah, let's check it out together. Do you use Profusion? Have you used it before? Do you have brushes? What do you have? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's get to it. First, we're going to... I did put on my moisturizer and did a little bit of my prep, and that stuff was not Profusion. That was my regular routine. So we're going to start with this. This is Profusion Cosmetics. It's called the Cloud Skin Blurring Face Primer. That's what it looks like. I did keep most of these things in the original packaging so that you could kind of see what it looks like, but I did open them to make sure that there weren't any. So it's kind of milky when it comes out, but it goes on the face clear. I know a lot of content creators, and a few of them are professional makeup artists. They say that primer is not necessary and they don't recommend using it, but I find that it helps my makeup last longer. Because I don't know about you all, but I am not retired. I work 5 days a week. And so I'm typically getting ready for work between 6 and 7 a.m. I have to be to work by 7. And then by the time I'm done with work, pick up the kids from school and daycare, and then get home. I'm going to put a little bit up here. I'm not sure why, just because. By the time I get home, get everybody settled, and get dinner started. Sometimes I can take my makeup off. I have time to take my makeup off. Put a little more on the nose. Right before or after dinner, but oftentimes it's not until I'm getting my pajamas on, getting ready for bed, that I can take my makeup off. And so that means I've got my makeup on for 12 to 14 hours. That's just the reality of my life. So I need stuff to last. And anyway, I find that if I use some primer, it helps my products last and not fade or not come off. But I have learned that there are certain products that I just cannot use a primer with because they don't play nice. And you probably, well, I don't know. Have you seen my video from November when I did Get Ready With Me for my formal event? And I used the Dalton Peptide Bounce foundation. At least for me, for my skin, my face, I cannot use a primer or really much of anything underneath that. It gets funky and it's patchy and it pills and it's crazy. Do I have any others that I know of that I can't use a primer with? I feel like there was another one. What did I just think of? Well, anyway, it'll come to me. Okay, so we did the primer. Let's move on to some foundation. Now, this is called, it's from Profusion, obviously, the Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. That's what it looks like. It's a nice bottle. How does it work? There's... Oh, ooh, okay. So you twist it, and then there's a pump that pops up. That's pretty cool. This is in the shade 210 Light. Now, I will say that when we get to the next step, or the step after that, I did buy this kit. This I had to get on Amazon. What is this called? The Profusion Divine Cosmetic Collection. And I got this. This is all in the shade Light. I got this because it has the powder. I like to use a powder to set my stuff. And this is the only way that I was able to find a Profusion powder. It came with the brush. And then there's also a matte primer, which I'm not going to use today. But then in the center here is the Easy Blend Foundation Stick. That's what that looks like. There's like a sponge blender. and then that comes off and it's a squeezy outy situation. So I won't use that one today. Maybe when I'm going to do 2 Harry Potter looks in upcoming videos. Maybe I'll use that with some of those products. But today we're going to try this, the Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. Let's try. Okay. I don't really know. It's brand new, so it took me a few pumps to get it going. I have no idea. It's liquidy. Not super runny though, not like water. I'm using my fingers. I don't know if I'm supposed to use a brush or what. It's going on nice. It does have a bit of a fragrance. Well, so far, I like it. It's going on easily. I'm not going to use an eyelid primer. I'm going to just use some of this today on the lids. I need to shave, but it's not going to happen right now, so I'll just make sure that I'm blending it down into my whiskers. Okay, so far, anyway, I like this. I like the texture. This is a good color match for me. If anything, it might be a touch on the light side, but we can work with that pretty easily, right? Warming up with a little bronzer, blush, etc. What do you think? Okay, so the Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector, I give that a thumbs up. I like it. I like it. You know, I think before I move on, I'm going to take some of my Vaseline and we're going to tap that under the eyes. I usually put this on before I put on any makeup products, but it does work as well if you put it on top. We're going to kind of go in the middle. I think before we do any powder, I want to use this. This is the Correct and Conceal 10 Color Corrector Concealer Palette from Profusion. And actually my under eyes are looking pretty good, but let's see. This one is kind of olivey. I don't know if you can tell on camera. That one's a little bit olive. This one might be a little bit too light because, you know, sometimes I can show texture under my eyes, and the lighter you go, the more that's going to be obvious. So maybe I'll try this one. It's the third one over. It's still light, but I'm just going to use my finger. I'm just tapping, kind of, I don't have a trench, but there is kind of a line there. Just tapping. Okay, that looks nice. Maybe a little bit in between here. Okay, I like it. And you know, we could use, and maybe we will. That one's maybe a little too dark. Should we try this one? It's a little warmer. Or maybe this one. Let's try this one. I'm going to use as a cream contour. It's working fine. And then I'll use the powder bronzer over top to set that part. I don't shade my nose to try to make it look smaller or whatnot. We talked about this in the last video, recent video. But I do it to give my face a little dimension so that it's not just sort of flat. We've got peaks and valleys and I'm going to bring this up. A little bit into the brow area. I learned that trick from Makeup Masterclass. That channel. She likes to do that. See how I take it up from the side of the nose towards the brow? When we're all done with everything, you won't even see that. Okay, I think we need a little up here. I don't think... No. It's a 10 shade. This is the back. It doesn't have names for the colors or anything, which is fine. Okay, so I think we're gonna open this first so I can set that cream. We use it as a cream bronzer. It's actually from the Corrector palette, but this is from the Harry Potter collection, the limited edition holiday. That's what the outer package looks like. It's got a cute little tag. But this is the Chocolate Frog Bronzer Powder. Yeah. Okay, so let's open it up so you can see. Oh, we gotta open this side. It helps if you open both sides. Okay. Oops. It says Chocolate Frog in there. Can you see? It's cute. Packaging is cute. And then the actual thing, it's nice. It feels kind of glassy, but it's not. It's plastic. There it is, the Chocolate Frog Bronzing Powder. There's the back. Now, ironically, I do not have any Profusion brushes. I did get a couple of the shadow brushes that I will use for the Harry Potter looks that I'll do on video. But today I'm just using this is a Laura Geller brush. So I'm just lightly going into that Chocolate Frog, and we're gonna set that where I put the cream bronzer. I know it looks a little dark. Just roll with me, trust the process. This is really cute. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? You can kind of see it. There's a embossed in there is a frog. I like that. I'm not a hardcore Harry Potter fan, but I do love Harry Potter. I've seen all the movies. We own all the books. We've been to Harry Potter World at Universal in Florida. So, okay. Nice packaging. I give this product a thumbs up. So far, we're doing good. Now, let's use a little bit of that regular powder. It's a loose powder. All of the products in that Divine kit were in the shade Light. And it's got one of those screens, which is fine. Let's see, which brush? I think I want to use this one. I've been using this brush a lot. It's a Kubai Kai brush, and I know, I'm sorry, they're out of business, but I love the shape of that. It's really good for like up in here, under the eyes, or more like targeted areas. I'm not going too close under the eye because you know me, I like to leave that a little bit dewy looking, but I do need to do up in here because we're going to use powder eyeshadows, and you know that powder blends with powder. So we can't be putting powders on top of a cream and expecting it to blend very well. A little dry in my eyebrow there. I have to try to fix that. Okay. So I'm just going in the center here. Okay. I need to sort of buff that out, make sure we got any excess off. I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild's big fluffy brush. So far so good. I would give that powder a thumbs up. It is pigmented, so some of that lightness from that we got from the concealer and a little bit the foundation went away because of the color in the powder, but I don't mind that. It kind of brought it all together. Okay, next up. Where is my... Let's do this. This is the Profusion Good Brow Day. That's what the package looks like. It's, what does it say? Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I got it in the shade Blonde. There is a... The pencil is on one end, and then there's a spoolie on the other end. Let's kind of go through those brows a little bit, brush them. Okay. Now let's see. Maybe I'll use my little mirror here. Again, I'll try not to block the camera, but... Okay, I like it. What do you think of that? Set that over there. So, I have to say, once again, I'm going to give the, what's it called? Good Brow Day brow pencil from Profusion. Thumbs up. I like it. Next, I'm going to put on some blush. Now, I did not buy a blush, a Profusion blush, that wasn't part of the Harry Potter, but this was. This is the Yule Ball Bouncy Blush. You can see, there you go. You can see it a little bit. That's the back. And I don't know what bouncy blush means. It seems creamy. I'm gonna try putting it on with my finger. We'll see. And it's sort of a purpley wine mauve, but it's going on a little bit sheer, which I don't mind. That's pretty. I'm just tapping and blending with my finger. That's very pretty. I like it. Okay, and now we're gonna do a little bit of highlighter. And you know I like to do highlighter like on the top of the apple of my cheek and maybe a little bit going this way. Try not to go too crazy with the highlighter because then it'll show my texture. Oh, this is, let me show you. This is the Profusion Holographic highlighter. Does it have a shade? Maybe. I think it's called Transcend. It's got kind of a pinky rose gold situation. That's what it looks like. Pretty. Nice packaging. And again, it feels kind of like glass, but it's not. It's plastic. Can I get it open? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to use this brush. Ooh. She's a little bit sparkly. Wow. I don't know if you can tell on camera. That's pretty. I mean, this is not a... I wouldn't say that this is a highlighter for those of you that are into a subtle look. It doesn't have big chunks of glitter, but it's glimmery. I like that. Okay, so highlighter. What was this called? The Hollow Beam highlighter. Again, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Okay, moving on. I like to use a shadow stick on the lower lash line because I don't like to use mascara down there. I feel like it drags down my eye. So I got this. This is a Profusion shadow stick in the shade Glisten. Now I'm a little bit nervous because it says waterproof. I generally don't like waterproof products because they're so hard to get off when it's time to take your makeup off, but let's try it. Can I get it out? Oh, we have to remove this part. There. So that's what it looks like. Nice. Okay. Let's give it a try. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. I like that. I would give the shadow stick thumbs up.
Hi, bye, Daddy.
So far, so good for the Profusion. Okay, now let's talk shadows, eyeshadows. I'm actually going to use one of my holiday Harry Potter shadow palettes that I got. This one is called Christmas at Hogwarts. And it is not one of the palettes that I'm going to use in my Harry Potter looks that are coming up. So I thought we'd use that today. But nice packaging. Very pretty. And then we open it up. Look at this. There's a 3D scene in there. And then I have bright lights, so I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you push the button and it lights up so that the windows, looks like the windows are glowing. I don't know if you can see. So cute. And then, so that flips up and there's a mirror, a nice mirror. It says Harry Potter. And then our shadows. Pretty. Okay, and there is a protective cover that lists what the names of the shadows are. Uh-oh. Maybe oh, there we go. Just have to lift it up. Okay, so I think first we're going to use this shade here. Oops, my hand's over it there. It's called Quidditch. You saying hi? And or blow off the excess. But some of you, that may be a consideration, so keep that in mind. I'm just sort of using that as our base shade all over. Now let's do, oh, let's look what shade it is. We're going to use this one down here, Sorting Hat. This sort of medium brown. I think it might be medium. Okay, let's blend a little. Gryffindor, which is this burgundy shade there. Let's switch brushes.
Who's that?
You worked. And then you just try to get back in.
What do we think? We're almost there. I know this has been a long video, but oops. I'm going to put on a little bit of lip balm. You know, I think now that the eyes are on and everything, we could use a little more chocolate frog. Kind of bring some color, a little more color. Okay, so I do not have a Profusion lip pencil, so I'm going to use this Laura Geller lip pencil. It's the Modern Classic lip liner in Happy Hazelnut. And then I have, this is also from the Harry Potter collection. This is the Nourishing Lip Oil. Do we have a shade? Merry Muggle. It's pretty. So kind of a gloss slash stain situation. Oops. Went a little outside the lines there, but I like that. Oops, go this way. Okay. I think I also want a little bit more of the bouncy blush. Oh, did we do a shade on this? Yule Ball. This is probably one of the favorite products that I've used today. And I like it because it goes on really smoothly, easy to blend. But also, it's truly because of the bouncy, creamy texture of it, it really does go on like you are just blushing naturally. Okay, now, one more thing. Should we... Why not? Let's gild the lily. Let's just do a touch more of this Hollow Beam. Gosh, that's pretty. And as you can maybe see, it does have a pinkish rose goldness, which does come through. That might be my new favorite highlighter. Love that. Okay, we've got one more thing. It's a setting spray. This is the Time Turner Illuminating Setting Spray. It's part of the holiday Harry Potter. Gotta get you open here. That's what had one of the cute little stocking tags. That's what the outer packaging looks like. And then, there we go. Illuminating. So it's going to be, I think we got to shake it. Yeah, it's got a shaker ball. Now let's see how the, okay. Fairly fine mist. I like that. So, what do you think of my full face of Profusion Cosmetics? I do have a couple things that I pulled in from my holiday Harry Potter. I just noticed. I've got a little hole there. Had a little hole in the eyeliner. So far, because we'll see how this wears as we go into our day, but all of the products I really liked. I give a thumbs up, except for the mascara. That was a fail, but I think it's possible that I got an old container that was just not viable. And that's not necessarily the product's fault. But yeah, let me know what you think. What do you think of this look? Do you use Profusion Cosmetics? Do you have any of these products? What are your thoughts and opinions? Let me know. I'd like to hear from you. So here we go. Yeah. I will be back soon with some makeup videos. I'm going to do 2 Profusion Harry Potter looks. One is going to be Dark Arts and one is going to be Christmas Ball. So we have that to look forward to. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.